Hello, everyone, and welcome to Laptop and Hardware Components. So let's go ahead and get started. Because our laptops are portable, they have to have a portable power source that can power our devices and keep up with us while we're on the move. A lot of times we may have our entire 8 hour or 10-hour workday on a laptop, and we need a battery that's going to last as long as we do. Now, the most common batteries used today are the lithium ion and the lithium ion polymer batteries. These batteries can last the long periods of time without charges and give us better performance as far as powering our laptop devices. With this newer technology, there is one drawback to this type of battery use. Charging the battery over a long period of time diminishes the charging qualities. You may have noticed that when you have a battery and you have that laptop for about 2 years, 2+ years, it may not hold a charge as long as it did before. This is because of that diminishing quality. The lithium ion and the lithium ion polymer batteries have a diminishing quality, and over a period of time, through all the charges and recharges, it loses a little of the charging qualities. As far as replacing our batteries, the majority of laptop batteries can be replaced, and you should check with your manufacturer as far as the model number and the type and the size that your laptop can take. However, be aware there are some laptop models that the batteries are permanently in the laptop model, and you cannot replace the batteries. They're built right in. So be aware of that, and also check with your manufacturer. Keyboards and keys. The keyboard on a laptop gets the most wear and tear because it gets the most traffic. This is the main input source of a laptop. And so those keys on that keyboard take a lot of pounding over a long period of time. And because of that, it may have to be replaced for whatever reason. It could be the entire keyboard, it could be the backlight feature, or just a single key. Replacing the keyboard on a laptop is a real straightforward and easy, simple process. The keyboard is attached to the motherboard via a ribbon cable. And depending on your model, you may have to take off the front face of the frame of the laptop to remove the keyboard and unplug the ribbon from the motherboard, or you may just have to take off a small area, again, depending on the model. Very easy and straightforward to replace the keyboard on the majority of laptops. Also, if you're in a situation where the laptop keyboard cannot be easily replaced, you may want to use an external keyboard. And that's through either a USB or Bluetooth connection. And instead of replacing the entire keyboard, some people may choose to replace just one key or the keycap. Now, those keycaps are very, very delicate. So you want to be careful in replacing those keycaps. Follow manufacturer's instructions and also check with your manufacturer to see if it's more viable solution to replace the entire keyboard or just a couple of the keycaps that need to be replaced. Random access memory, or RAM. RAM is what powers our laptops and keeps us going when we're working with a lot of applications. As we're working with multiple applications, those applications and those processes are stored in the RAM or in the memory, and it's being retrieved every time we utilize those applications. As the demands of your laptop increase, we may need to upgrade the memory on that laptop or the size of the RAM because you may see the performance diminish. To do that, it's straightforward and very easy. The majority of the time, there's an access panel on the rear of the laptop. You would open up that panel to replace your memory module. Some memory modules on particular laptops are even underneath the keyboard. You'd have to remove the keyboard and replace that memory module. Now, be aware because some models have non-removable RAM. That means that RAM, that random access memory, is soldered right to the motherboard, so you can't remove it or upgrade it. So check with your manufacturer about your laptop to see if that pertains to your particular model. The memory that you're looking for is the small outline dual inline memory module, which is called the SODIMM. Now, the SODIMM memory modules are very distinguishable, very easy to recognize versus the regular desktop memory. The desktop memory is a lot bigger and longer, whereas the small outline dual inline memory module, or the SODIMM, are the very small, short memory modules. The hard disk. Magnetic disk is the proper traditional term for the drives that we're familiar with on our older laptops. These are the hard drives with the moving platters and the control arm that reads across the disk. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of wear and tear on those arms, moving back and forth, a lot of reading and writing and so forth. And over a period of time, those moving parts can wear out and sometimes break. That's why as technology has evolved, we have the newer solid state drives where there's no moving parts. The solid state drives, again, no moving parts, they're faster and better performance. We can retrieve our information quicker on a solid state drives. And a lot of laptop models and manufacturers are moving to solid state drives rather than the magnetic disk. They're the same size as the regular drives, the 2.5 inches, which is the form factor for laptops. And they use a SATA connection, just like the traditional laptops. So it's very easy and straightforward to switch out from a traditional to a newer solid state drive. Also, in the solid state area, there is the new M2, which is an even smaller form factor. The M2 smaller form factor looks like almost like a memory module or memory chip. It's about that size, but offers the same amount of performance and storage as the solid state drives. And the M2 also uses its own M2 connection. So it doesn't use the SATA connection as the solid state drives, but it uses its own M2 connection. And again, this type of drive can be replaced easily via the access panels on the rear of the laptop. Again, check with your manufacturer to see what what type of M2 module and where you would be able to replace that on your particular laptop. And because of the newer technologies and the faster drives, some may want to migrate to the solid state drives from the traditional magnetic drives. Um, Upgrading your device to the solid state drives is very straightforward and easy as well. There's a couple paths that you can take for the migration. One option is to install your operating system of choice on the new drive, then manually move over all your documents from the old drive to the new drive. It's a manual and it's a tedious process, but that is one option. Another faster option is to either clone or image your existing operating system and all the data all at once onto the new solid state drive. Now, to do this, there's a lot of commercial and open source softwares that can help you with this process. Some solid state drives even come with the software to either clone your information from your old drive to your new drive. So you have a couple options there to upgrade and migrate to a solid state drive. Wireless cards are some other type of devices that we would have to often replace in our laptops. Newer laptops will have wireless connectivity through the 802.11, that's the LAN, or the Bluetooth wireless. Now, the wireless LAN or the 802.11 wireless card, that's going to provide you your local area network connection. That's going to provide your internet access and your high speed connectivity. And the Bluetooth is for your shorter range wireless connections. That's called a PAN, a personal area network. You may be more familiar with Bluetooth connections for keyboards or mice, external speakers or headphones. Those are for the shorter range connections versus the wireless LAN card is for your internet connections and your high speed connections. Either one of these can be replaced via easily through the access panels of a laptop. Again, rear access panels, or some laptops, the entire back of the laptop comes off, and you can easily replace these cards. These wireless cards are either going to be using a mini PCI or a mini PCIe express connection. And again, these cards will just easily unplug and plug from the motherboard. Biometrics. Newer laptops and operating systems gives us additional security options by incorporating biometrics. Biometrics have allowed our laptops to be even more secure. And even in newer operating systems like Windows, they have the settings that allow us to use these biometric security options. Not only just a password we'd be able to use to get into the laptop, but we can do fingerprint or face recognition and a combination of the two as well. Multi-factor authentication is one of the newest features in our laptops. And in the Windows operating system, we can choose to either have the face recognition, we can have a fingerprint reader, or a combination of both. And you've probably seen the fingerprint readers on our newer laptops. They're the small little area on your laptop that has like a small lens where we place our finger to authenticate to get into our laptops. Near field communication, or NFC. NFC, you're probably quite familiar with using near field communication in payment options using in your smart devices. This technology has also been included now in newer laptops. That gives us additional options to make smaller connections. We may want to use it to authenticate. Sometimes the Windows sign in gives an option of doing a near field communication to authenticate. The NFC, or the short distance communication, is 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. So not that big of a range. I mean, again, you've probably used that before in mobile devices, but that technology and that feature is a part of operating systems and laptops now. So that was a good learning experience as we go through this journey. And I look forward to meeting with you on the next lesson. Thank you very much.